Hello and welcome everyone to the India Opportunity Show. This is your host Shrishti and welcome to today's video. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur looking for groundbreaking startup ideas, 2025 could be your year. Recently, the world's two venture capital giants, Y Combinator and A16Z, released a set of startup ideas that they believe could shape the future. These aren't vague concepts. These are data-backed insights into where the world is heading. Whether it's AI, manufacturing, or fintech, these 7 ideas actually span various industries. Today, in this video, I'm going to break down these 7 ideas for you in detail. We'll uncover why these opportunities exist and why VCs want to bet on these sectors. The first one that I want to start with is AI-powered robotics for manufacturing. US manufacturing is facing 2 critical challenges right now. One of labor shortage. Deloitte expects a gap of 2 million workers for US manufacturing by 2030. And the second biggest issue is reshoring manufacturing. Companies actually now want to move their manufacturing back to the US to reduce their dependencies on external suppliers. After the pandemic, no one actually wants to depend on overseas suppliers, which is why this transition is happening. However, the problem is that US labor costs are actually 5x of what Asian and other counterparts offer. So AI-powered robotics could actually facilitate manufacturing in a big way in the US. And this will in effect enhance productivity and also cut down costs for companies. Now, speaking of why you should build this, the first and the biggest reason is that manufacturing alone will be a $130 billion opportunity by 2030. The industrial robotics market is a massive market opportunity. And if you look at the reshoring trends, brands like Apple, Intel, Tesla are all investing in domestic manufacturing. So AI automation tools are actually critical for these factories to operate. And third, and the biggest reason why you could consider building in this space is the cost efficiency robotics offer. They actually bring down the manufacturing costs by 40%, which is a significant saving for any manufacturing company. I'll give you 2 names that you can go and research more into, and they will give you more ideas and you can take yourself down another rabbit hole to learn more about this if you're interested in this. So there's a company called Bright Machines, which does automation for assembly lines for major manufacturers. And there's also a company called Path Robotics, which is making AI-driven welding robots. While there are many companies which are coming up in this space now, there are 2 gaps that I'm able to see here. The biggest gap that I see is on the SME side. They too will need affordable robotic tools for their own manufacturing. And there's also a need for AI solutions that promote energy conservation and also do predictive maintenance for machinery. As an investor in VC, if you ask me, the thesis in this space is pretty straightforward. There's a growing policy support for US manufacturing. US initiatives like CHIPS Act are actually providing billions in incentives. So the tailwinds will really benefit startups that want to build in this space. The second biggest tailwind that I see is AI adoption. Robotics which are integrated with AI can achieve things which were previously considered unattainable, because they will be able to unlock efficiencies like never before. And third, and the most important reason why this is getting so much attention from investors is the trend of reshoring manufacturing. Amidst the rising geopolitical concerns, there is a significant need for the US to cut down its dependency on China and other markets. With reshoring being inevitable, robotics can actually play a pivotal part in the domestic manufacturing story for the US. So here's an actionable insight that I'll leave you with if you're interested in building in this space. Start with a single task robot for SMEs, because that's where the labor shortages will hit the hardest. You could possibly take a use case like quality inspections, which is needed by every SME. Try going into the market and build partnerships with mid-sized manufacturers, and they could actually be your design partners to help you create the robot. The second idea that I want to talk about is specialized AI video generation. The A16Z consumer team thinks very highly of this opportunity. Now, why the opportunity exists should be straightforward to anyone living in today's digital era. Because high quality video content has actually exploded. Because traditional production is actually very expensive and time consuming. Ask any creator that you might know. I know this and I can vouch for it, that it's very, very costly and time consuming to create your own videos. The production and the post-production processes are actually very tedious and it takes editors a long time. If you look at the trend of video consumption, it's actually growing 40% year on year. If you look at platforms like TikTok and YouTube, you'll be able to spot this trend. And companies are actually spending billions of dollars annually just to focus on video production for marketing, education, and entertainment. AI-powered tools can help produce specialized and very high-quality content. That too on demand for very specific use cases, which is an advantage that traditional setups just cannot provide. In fact, I invested in a company called Schnit, and they are going after this exact problem. They want video editing to be as simple as putting text up on ChatGPT. If you are wondering why you should build this or why you should choose to build in this space, here is a mind-blowing number for you. The Gen AI market is projected to hit $110 billion by 2030. If a market is growing so fast and exponentially, entrepreneurs can really benefit from the tailwinds that the sector has. And from a creator lens, there are two very big reasons that will work in your favor. One being cost reduction, and secondly being speed. AI can help produce videos at a fraction of the cost. And brands and creators will always want their videos delivered in minutes instead of weeks. So here are two names that I want to leave you with so that you can start your research. The first one is Runway AI. They offer generative video creation tools. And the second one is Pictory. They offer AI tools that turn scripts into videos. And closer to home, there's a company called InVideo, which is already doing $25 million in annualized revenue by doing exactly this. So my friends, the market is validated in a big way already, and there are companies already benefiting from this trend. So why not you? If you choose to build in this space, these are the two gaps that you can possibly address. Tools that focus on niche-specific video creation, corporate explainers, education use cases, or even product demos. There's a definite gap in this market. And there's also a big gap in taking real-world personalities and voices and creating content for them. In fact, people want to be able to produce their own avatar, build a digital clone for themselves, and then create videos, which will make content creation so much easier. In fact, in the US, there's a company called HeyGen, which is doing $100 million in revenue by doing exactly this. Companies and creators are able to create digital avatars by cloning voices and faces of people they want for content creation. The VC thesis on this is extremely clear. There's clearly a content boom which has happened across the world. Video is the fastest growing content format which is exploding globally. And finally, now we are at a point where AI has matured so much that LLMs combined with these tools can help you produce very high quality content. And lastly and finally, we are seeing mass adoption in this space. Just how ChatGPT came and everyone was able to taste AI for the first time, there will be tools which now come up which will help creators and brands and will become seamlessly integrated into every fabric of our society. If you choose to build in this space, here's an actionable insight for you. Start with focusing on specific verticals like education or SaaS marketing. You can start with building tools that help you go from script to video and with customizable branding. And that would be a great start into building a tool in this space. And you can then build modules on top of this. So now let's talk about the third business idea. I'm going to talk about stablecoin infrastructure for cross-border payments. For anyone who's done any kind of international transactions, you would know how slow and costly it still is. This space is actually dominated by many intermediaries, which cause a lot of inefficiencies into this system. Global remittances are actually a $800 billion opportunity annually, with an average transaction fee of 6%. Given the crypto boom, I'm sure you would have come across the concept of stablecoins, such as USDC and Tether. They already have a market cap exceeding $120 billion, but still adoption for real-world payments remains low. So here's why you should choose to build in this space. There is an opportunity for tremendous cost savings. From an average transaction fee being as high as 6%, stablecoin infrastructure can reduce it to below 1%. There's also a need for instant transfers. Instead of it taking days and weeks, it should ideally happen in minutes. And why not? We are in 2024 already, and this idea is truly a global opportunity because countries like LATAM, South Africa are heavily dependent on global remittances. So emerging markets can actually be your ideal customers for a product like this. Let's talk about the two companies that you can start your research with. The first example is Circle, which focuses on B2B payments and stablecoin issuance. And the second one you can look up is Ramp Network, which simplifies crypto to fiat conversion. So there are two gaps which you can immediately go after. The first one being developer-friendly APIs for integrating stablecoin payroll and B2B payments. There's also a need for white label platforms specifically focused on banks, because now every bank would want to issue their own stablecoin. The VC thesis in this space is absolutely crystal clear. There's an urgent demand for cheaper and faster international payments. Governments are finally softening their stance on regulated stablecoins, and there is a clear ROI in this space. Businesses will actually be able to save millions of dollars annually by switching to a stablecoin infrastructure. You could start by focusing on SMEs in emerging markets. First, start with remittance tools and then expand to B2B cross-border payments. Now let's dive deep into our fourth business idea: AI tools for personalized healthcare staffing. The healthcare sector is struggling with massive staffing shortages. By 2030, it is projected that the global healthcare worker space will actually be in a deficit of 10 million workers. And the recruitment and administrative staffing process is actually 30% of the costs incurred by hospitals. Here's why you should build this: because there is a need for tremendous operational efficiency in our healthcare system. AI can help automate scheduling, onboarding, and so many administrative tasks. And hospitals will have a clear need for something like this because it would result in tremendous cost savings for them. Hospitals will be able to save millions of dollars annually, which they currently spend because of staffing inefficiencies. Optimized staffing can actually lead to better patient care and also reduces burnout in the healthcare space. Two companies that you could potentially look up. First one, Nomad Health. They have been able to create a marketplace for healthcare workers. And the second one is Amwell. They've built telehealth scheduling tools. So there are two big gaps that I see in this space. First one, AI tools that are dynamically able to match staff with patient needs, and also predictive tools that are able to identify burnout risks and propose solutions. There are three big reasons why VCs are looking at this space. First of all, it offers a big ROI to any hospital that will implement this kind of tool. For starters, this will have a big ROI for any hospital that wants to cut their costs. And lastly, we are finally at that juncture where we can use AI to make these tasks simpler. So here's your takeaway for this business idea. Start with smaller clinics or telehealth platforms. Start building your AI-based scheduling systems and then expand to larger hospitals. A16Z's consumer team also came up with a phenomenal fifth idea: AI for personalized memory banks. Do you know that in 2025 alone, humans will produce 175 zettabytes of data? Yet, accessing and organizing this information remains a very cumbersome task. People always struggle to retrieve important photos, notes, and also emails to summarize and extract valuable insights from their digital footprint. Why you should consider building in this space is because this market of building global productivity tools is going to touch $15 billion. And there's also a big productivity impact that these AI tools can have. AI memory tools can help users save 5 to 10 hours weekly, which is a massive savings on human time spent. Tools like ChatGPT have actually created the need for hyper-personalized AI assistants. So the two companies that you should look at in this space. First is Notion. They focused on summarization and workflow automation, and I personally love their product. And there's also Rewind AI, a tool that remembers everything that you see and hear. There's a clear gap in this space that I see right now. AI tools that are able to integrate across platforms. For example, cloud storage, calendars, messaging, and also different apps. And the second gap that I see, an AI memory bank, which helps predict reminders and auto-summarizes events. The VC thesis is very clear in this space. Humans are not able to manage their growing digital footprints manually. this is the first time in all of our human history where something like this is actually possible. LLMs combined with retrieval models can enable AI memory systems. So here's what you could start with. You could possibly build an AI assistant that connects Gmail, Calendar, and Google Drive to provide summaries, reminders, and auto-scheduling as well. If you can build a tool that provides actionable insights, I'm sure you will be able to find great customer base. Now, this sixth idea that I'm going to talk about is a mix of enterprise and fintech. I'm talking about an AI-powered compliance tool for enterprises. Regulatory compliance has actually become increasingly more and more complex for industries like healthcare, finance, and also insurance. In 2022 alone, businesses paid over $6 billion just because of compliance failures. And traditional compliance tools are completely outdated and manual and require a lot of human staffing at enterprises' end, thus increasing operational costs drastically. And also, regulatory requirements just keep on increasing, such as GDPR, HIPAA, and also PCI DSS. These all have become very, very stringent, forcing companies to hire very expensive compliance teams. AI-powered compliance tools can completely automate policy checks, reduce manual oversight, and ensure real-time regulatory updates. Why you should consider building in this space is because RegTech is going to become a massive opportunity. By 2027, it's projected to become a $23 billion industry, compounding at 22% CAGR. And this also happens to be a massive cost center for enterprises. In fact, enterprises end up spending millions of dollars, sometimes to the tune of tens of millions of dollars, annually on compliance. Startups can actually significantly reduce these costs. And there's also a risk of growing regulations. There will be new AI ethics laws and also cybersecurity requirements, which will make compliance even more burdensome than it already is. So go check out these two companies. The first one is Drata. It helps companies achieve SOC 2 compliance. And the second one is LogicGate. It's a tool for risk and compliance automation for enterprises. So here are some gaps that you can potentially go after. Platforms that reduce manual reporting burdens, real-time tools that track regulatory changes globally, and also AI tools specifically tailored to different industries, such as fintech KYC or healthcare HIPAA. VCs want to invest in this space because enterprises are willing to spend millions of dollars just to cut down their costs spent on compliance. The rising risks are a big risk to brand reputation in case a compliance issue happens. AI can analyze complex regulations much faster and more accurately than humans. So here's what you can do. Start with some niche specific challenges. For example, a portfolio company of mine called On Finance does exactly the compliance use case, but only for AMCs. So any AMC that adopts them is able to cut down their workforce significantly and improve their efficiency of the compliance department multifold. Now coming to the last and final idea that I want to leave you with. It's focused on infrastructure. Specifically, we are talking about Edge AI models for on-device applications. Edge AI is where models run on devices rather than centralized servers. And this is poised to completely revolutionize computing. The Edge AI market is actually going to be a $61 billion market. Centralized cloud processing actually causes a lot of latency issues and thus cannot be used for real-time applications such as in the case of self-driving cars or IoT devices. Running AI models on devices can actually cut down on cloud dependency, thus helping businesses save billions of dollars spent on infrastructure costs otherwise. On-device AI keeps data locally, thus addressing concerns around privacy and data security. For things like autonomous driving to actually work, we need instant and low latency solutions, which is what Edge AI models can offer. Devices like smartphones, wearables, and also IoT sensors increasingly rely on AI to process data locally. So here are the two companies that you should look up. The first one is OctoML. They optimize AI models for deployment on hardware. And the second one is Edge Impulse. It simplifies building Edge AI for IoT devices. So here are the three gaps that I see in this space. Edge AI for mission-critical applications like defense, healthcare, and also automotive. Secondly, platforms that help developers deploy edge models seamlessly without sacrificing accuracy. And third, tools that help compress AI models for ultra-low power devices like wearables or drones. Here's the actionable takeaway for you. Focus on industries where latency and privacy are non-negotiable. healthcare devices, automotive AI, and also industrial IoT. Build tools that compress and optimize AI models for real-world edge hardware. Latency and speed, cost efficiency, and also privacy are very big reasons why VCs want to invest in this space. The future is not built by those who wait. The future is built by those who act. These 7 ideas are not just trends on paper. They represent massive opportunities to solve real-world problems and also help shape industries of tomorrow. If you've ever dreamt of building something impactful and something mega, this is your moment. Remember, start small and start by focusing on solving one problem. Also, your focus should always be on your customers and their unique needs. And lastly, move fast, iterate, and validate your ideas. VCs like A16Z and Y Combinator are already backing companies building in these spaces because this is where the world is headed. The question is, who will build the next billion-dollar company? Why should it not be you? If one of these ideas sparked your curiosity or inspired you to start, what are you going to build and what is the problem that you want to solve? Do let us know in the comment section. If you're serious about entrepreneurship, this is the right time for you to take a leap. Don't just watch the future unfolding. Be the one who builds it. Until next time, dream big, build boldly, and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching today.